Something my daughter and I do together every year. It's kind of a friendship project. She's the engineer. She gets all the lights put together. I just put the pieces where I want them. So it's a joint effort.
She is the designer. She kind of helps decide where everything goes. I am kind of the engineer, for lack of better wording, making sure that all of the lights work. The North Pole was my idea. And my mom sort of liked the Dickens Village, and we each got a piece or two for Christmas, and we thought that they would actually look nice together. So we put them together, and it's kind of grown since then. Well, we started working on the village about almost, I'd say, 8 to 10 years ago, and it's something that is a special Christmas project usually between the two of us. Well, I think this is more special because the pieces represent us through the years. I just think it's beautiful. I just think it's something to be very proud of.
It is beautiful, ladies, and you should be very proud of it. It is a great family tradition. But the question in these tough times is, how do you maintain holiday traditions, even the good holiday spirit, during a tough economy? And if you're out of work, what do you do then? How do you keep up your spirits? Well, our next guest is here to help. Pamela Holland is the principal of Empathy Counts. She's a business consultant and executive coach based in the Philadelphia area, and she has been part of our holiday tradition for quite some time here on It's Your Call. It's so good to see you as usual.
It's wonderful to see you. It isn't the holidays without being here with you and your great team. So one of my favorite traditions.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And thank you for the champagne, which too has become a tradition. We always enjoy that together. Tell me how people can maintain this sense of holiday and to have a good spirit when outside our door, sometimes, you know, things are a little bleak.
Well, I think you and Dr. Lori spoke to it as well. It is taking time to take note of the blessings in your life. And it's also very important, more than ever right now, not to hide. Get out. If you've lost your job, still be among friends and neighbors and know that you are not alone. This is an economy where I think we can all say that we've either been touched directly or know of someone who is really battling either with jobs or finances. And so, you know, remember that. It's, you know, you're not alone.
You know, it's great advice, but sometimes it's easier to give that than to actually implement it yourself. Like if you're feeling down or you're feeling like people are looking down upon you because you've lost your job, or maybe you can't be, you know, as generous as you've been in the past. How do we overcome that hurdle? Because those are very real obstacles.
They are. The first is to keep in mind ways that you are not defined by your income or your job. Remember that. Remember all of the wonderful qualities that you have regardless of that. And also remember that now you have maybe more time on your hand than money, and there are ways you can be very generous with your time to people who are still busy working, so you can do that. But most of all, reach out to others.
This is a time of the year too when reaching out to others can be so meaningful. Those who live alone or who need some help at this time of the year, and also with charities, because they're feeling the pinch of this tough economy as well. So maybe donating your time is a way that you could give back to the community.
They say one of the greatest ways to battle depression, or if you're just not feeling good about yourself, is to go and help someone else. And it can be almost magical in not only helping the person who benefits from your service and your kindness, but help you as well.
Well, we can all use a little magic,
yes,
particularly at this time of the year. I know that you have a list of do's and don'ts for us as employees or as people who are out of work, what we should be doing to make sure that we utilize this time of the year better than perhaps others in a bad position. So let's look at what we should not do.
Okay. The first, as we said, don't hibernate. Get out there. Remember you're not alone. And networking can be one of the most productive ways to get a new position of anything else. So meet people. Don't be afraid to let people know what you're interested in, what you're capable of doing, and the successes you've had in the past.
So you should not avoid the pink elephant in the room. Like, it's okay to say, I know I'm out of work. It's okay.
Yes.
If you know of anything, I'm here. If not, no pressure.
Absolutely. So don't hide it. Go out and embrace the fact that you have people who can help connect you to that next great opportunity.
And does it look badly upon you if you do go to a holiday party and you're in great spirits? Are people around you going, well, she's out of work, what's she so happy about?
I think it's just the opposite, Lynn. I think if you go to a party and you are someone who is filled with hope, you can talk about the great positive things in your life, about the fact that you're confident, that you have something of value to some company who is fortunate enough to meet you, will be just an added reflection of why you should be someone that others want to help work with them.
So essentially what you're saying is don't put yourself out there as being desperate. Put yourself out there as, hey, I know something's going to come my way.
Yes, yes, absolutely. People are attracted. You know, the number one thing that makes individuals, when they meet someone, feel attracted to them and comfortable with them is an air of confidence and positive energy. So if you go in with low energy, and if you go in, oh, poor me, or feeling as though you are less than you were last year because you had a paycheck, that's going to have the opposite effect. Go in, take stock, be proud of who you are, and share that.
Some realities that go along with perhaps not having a paycheck or not having one as big as last year. Some reality is that you shouldn't do as much as you normally do if it comes to gift giving or party throwing or travel or whatever. It's okay to say, I'm gonna cut back now.
Yes, and I think virtually everyone is cutting back. Even those who still have positions and still are getting that paycheck aren't completely certain at this stage whether that's going to continue. And I think this has been a lesson to all of us, that putting our efforts and attention into the glitz and glamour of life isn't what's going to sustain us. It's the friendships, it's the offering ourselves up to one another that really matters.
And that's what you list as another don't. Don't be avoiding the friends that you made from your work. If they're working and you're not, or you're all out of work, you should still let them know that they're of value to you.
Yes, and if you're throwing the party, don't feel guilty that you have a job and decide not to invite someone because a colleague is no longer working. Include them.
Okay, let's take a look at your list of do's. Here are things that people can do at this time of the year. Show up.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
Be certain to show up. Make sure that you're there, that you engage individuals, and also offer to help others. Even if you are out of work, you may have connections in lots of different places that could help someone who also needs help finding a job.
You know, it's so funny on Facebook now, you see people mentioning, hey, my company has an opening, or my friend just listed this job, if anyone's interested. I mean, there does seem to be like a community sense now of helping each other, even if it doesn't necessarily mean finding something for yourself.
Yes, because I believe those who are most successful, people who help others, can't help but bring that back to themselves in the long run.
Okay, so remember that you're not alone. That's one thing that we've learned. And coach your spouse on how to act.
Yes, it's very important that your spouse or your guest who accompanies you at this party is really on the same page with you. So don't have that individual saying, oh, poor Tom, he's really a mess. When in fact, you've worked hard to pull yourself together, to be positive, and to show your very best side. So just make sure you're sharing the same story.
And that's exactly what you've done for us all these years. You're always very upbeat, you're very positive, you always have great advice, and you always seem to epitomize the holiday spirit. So thank you so much for sharing it once again with us this year.
Always my pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I do want to thank Pam and of course Dr. Lori for being here. They always give us such great ideas for making the season a happy one, particularly during these tough economic times. I hope you find it helpful. From all of us here at It's Your Call to all of you there at home, we wish you the happiest of holidays and a Merry Christmas.